Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Torment, Tides of Numenera. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today as we talk to Beltrax and his friend over here, who are running from the Children of the Endless Gate, or something to that extent. Last episode we arrived at the Valley of the Dead Gods, and we immediately got greeted by, well, very rudely greeted. Apparently they didn't want to offend us, at least they said so. I doubt that they were being honest when they said that, but yeah, we got greeted by the Children of the Endless Gate, and they were looking for these guys. We're talking to them. Well, my friend, I have no idea why you're so generous with your time and your life, but your bravery is beyond reproach. I have some small familiarity with the weapons I carry, but I'd rather not try my prowess against 3 of them at once, and I vowed to Ronus that I'd keep him safe. Ronus is probably the other guy. I do not know how it is that they left without doing you harm. Is there any chance you might tell me? Well, I'm a cast-off of the Changing God. They saw my tattoo and did not want to do me harm. He jerks back, shocked, and then leans in to study your tattoo. I've never met one of you before, he says admiringly, though I've certainly heard of you. He lifts a brooch from his bandolier and shows it to you. This woman, she told me about the time she met one of your kind. He helped her escape the bloom out in Sagas Cliffs. Good fellow, I'm told. Wonder whatever became of him. His companion is a slight, nervous man in a hooded robe of blue and white. He bows. I am sorry you had to face those cultists. We hid and, well, he bows, a small tremble in his hands as he does so. I have a favor to request. Those cultists, the Children of the Endless Gate, they have overrun the Valley of Dead Heroes. They slaughter the visitors, they hound us, the Memorialists, and have brought horror to every corner in this ancient place. Please, you have shown your mettle in dealing with these murderers. I beg of you, please find a way to make them move on. I will do it.
Making a note.
He sags with relief. Thank you, friend. The coming of the children has been a relentless nightmare for us. I wish you the best of luck. So tell me about this place. Tell me about the Valley of the Dead Heroes. It has been a burial ground for the world for at least millions of years. Yet, and he holds up a finger like a lecturer, yet we have uncovered no bodies in the valley itself. Oh no, despite all the memorials, obelisks, and urns above the ground, we have not been able to find evidence of a single body. Markers exist beyond counting. Some are in scripts we cannot understand, some are in materials we have never seen. But the bodies themselves lie in a great space beneath the ground. Above the ground, there is no sign of life. None at all, except what we bring with us. Huh. Okay. I'm not sure if that's relevant, but tell me of yourself. Tell me about you guys, the Memorialists, he says. My true name is Ronus Kaisul of the Memorialists. I came here from Sagas Cliffs to inter my beloved wife. That was over a decade ago. I remained because I felt a close connection to this place, somehow. When I discovered the name of my true self, I knew this world is the afterlife, and the graves here are our own. Now I study the world of the living, hoping to bring others to the enlightenment I reached. Wait. So, what? Okay, let's. So he means that the 9th world, the living world, or at least the commonly accepted living world, is the world of the dead. And he studies the living. How does he do that? Or is it... The world is the afterlife. So I study the world of the living. That's kind of confusing. But pragmatically speaking, what can we deduce out of this? Is he crazy? Did he go crazy because of this place? Or does he know something that is not actually explaining correctly or something? I'm not really sure what he means by that. Tell me about the Memorialists. What are you guys? We're ordinary people, really. People who understand the truth that this world is really the afterlife. And that the tombs here are our graves. We maintain the valley so that no name is forgotten, so that everyone can come here and remember their true selves. Once all the tombs have been claimed, we shall see a glorious resurgence of humanity. Likewise, if we allow the names to be forgotten, devastation will sweep across the land. Okay. So he's just crazy. Sure. I'm looking for... I mean, no judgment. I'm crazy myself. I'm looking for the tomb of the first cast-off. I do not know that tomb. You might be able to find it yourself at the entrance for the great to the great necropolis. You can enter it up there. He points off in the distance up. The entrance must be in the cliff face somewhere. You must be strong or careful, though, or both. The children are vicious and unpredictable. Okay, well, I'll try to drive them away from here. Farewell. Farewell. The other guy doesn't say much. So he's just his bodyguard, I guess. Hello again, my friend. So how long have the cultists been here? Ah, they came to the valley recently. Perhaps a month, perhaps only a week or two. Maybe some of them have been here for longer than that. I don't know. The children's arrival was slow and insidious. They didn't make the ruckus they are making now. Then a few days ago, they just went berserk. Started abducting and slaughtering, and, well, here we are. So, what we heard before from the leader of the Dendro Horde is incorrect. He said that they had been driven off from the... Unless this is not Sagas Cliffs. This might be Sagas Cliffs. I'm not really sure. It might not be. So he said that they were driven off. Many years ago, he said, but I think I remember that anyway. What can you tell me about the valley? Ah, it's a vast graveyard of sorts, but you're not going to find any bodies here or above ground. You'll need to get to the necropolis to find the real tombs. But to get there, you've got to use the mimins, or minims. Floating pools of light, and when you walk into one, you walk out its twin someplace else. The minions always appear in pairs. My theory is that they're alive, some sort of creatures. Anyway, each pair remains in the same location for years at a time, I'm told, but yeah, sometimes they move or reappear someplace else entirely. Far as I can tell, using them is perfectly safe. I haven't heard of anyone dying from the minions, he says. He thinks, actually, he's thinking that. Though I guess I wouldn't now, would I? Would you? Why wouldn't you? Can you tell me anything else about them? Not really. Just walk in one, walk out the other. They're the best way to get around the valley. The only way, in most cases. Okay, tell me about yourself. Oh, this sounds embarrassing when I say it out loud, but I came here to meet up with a sorcerer to quest for a fabled magic board. I haven't met the sorcerer yet, but I did meet a memorialist. She told me about the work they do here, about this being the afterlife, that the names we bore in life are hidden in the valley in the names of the dead, who she called the true living. I have to admit, that was about the most carked tripe I've ever heard. But she said something after. Shadows fall where they will, as they will. Meaning, if we're shadows of other lives, then like shadows, we can't control what we are. That stuck with me. What if she's right? He plucks one of the lockets from his bandolier, pops it open, and reveals a glowing image of a woman. He regards her wistfully. What if she's still alive somewhere? What if this isn't life? What if I'm just a shadow waiting to step into the light? What if she's there, waiting for me? It's preposterous, I know. You look at it from the outside and it's... But I think about it. This world is flat and cold and empty. He looks at the woman's image again. It feels right to believe there's another life. One that feels like leaving. He closes the locket. So I've been learning more. Ronas was my guide through the valley when those carkers came upon us. We crawled into a sepulcher behind those boards and, well, you know the rest. Yeah. So, I guess that's all for now. Farewell. Safe travels to you, friend. Or safer ones, at least. Well, but it's been going pretty well so far. What do we have here? Wooden sleds have been cobbled with ancient machine parts to create makeshift cargo pads. Though still functioning, they look like they have been cast aside and neglected. That's the same description we found on the other place. And we have the platform up here. It looks to have been carved into the mountain, or with the mountain, or from the mountain. And we have lava over there. What is that? A foul-smelling liquid pours out of these spouts to the rest of the valley far below. Its mist feels cool in the bright sun. Really? That's awesome. That's awesome. That looks like frozen lava or something. But of course, I mean, it would destroy everything if that was the case, because the heat would melt everything. But yeah. Oh. What is that?
I need to talk to you.
Do you? Okay.
Don't push me.
I'm trying to talk to you.
Erudis, you remind me of a prince. A tiny glowing prince.
I want to hear the rest of that story. Erudis, you remind me of a tiny glowing prince. Huh. Anyway, Eligern is talking. While we're in the valley, I've got a place I'd like to visit. My village's monument. I haven't been there for a while. Need to pay my respects. It's not far from here, so it's really not really out of the way. Yeah, well, sure. Well, I'll see what we can do. I appreciate it. So, how are you holding up? As well as can be expected. Okay, well. Let's see if Erudis says something. Because I think the dialogue triggered midway, or it might have stopped their dialogue. Hopefully not. I think it did. Dang it. Ugh. Anyway, we have these things that I was looking at. Oh. Oh, that's cool. It's like... Oh, this is really cool. You can take your own conclusions. I don't need to explain everything. I was gonna go on a rampaging off.
Oh! The Valley of Dead Heroes. I like it here. There's absolutely no place we should avoid completely.
Is that settled enough? Ah, we will have to see. We are full of suspense. Oh, the voices. Are you trying to hide something from me, Erudis? No, Erudis says with a fixed grin. Sweat gleams on his brow. I just like it here. Who wouldn't? I don't. He swallows hard. We didn't tell him to say that. His mind is pushing against ours.
I'll remember that.
Every inch of this valley is packed with adventure. One of his hands comes up, trembling to cover his eyes. Interesting people, places to explore. Like, he trails off, biting his lip. We should explore all of it. Even the alcoves. I'm not afraid of any of it. Stop shouting at me. But we don't want him to go back to the alcove. Ah, we are using clever manipulation. I'm not sure you are. Why are you trying to manipulate me, Erudis? He rocks backwards on his feet, almost as if your words have struck him a blow. His eyes fill with desperate tears. I'm not! Please, I'm not! Help me! What is happening? Let us direct him. No! His glow returns. He sinks into it gradually, smiling. I don't even know what that word means, he mumbles. I'm fine, everything is fine. Forget I said anything. But his gaze has slipped from yours to fix on empty air. I think I screwed up. I was just, I was gonna say, actually, after I chose that answer right there, treat him, I take him for granted. I just now realize that that's my fault. That's not my character. It might be my character, because I'm kind, I'm in the role, I guess, but, I am taking him for granted. And maybe that was important. He doesn't want to go there. I think I need to go there. But I don't want to break him, or I mean, just after what she said, a tiny glowing knight. Or, prince, actually. He might be fragile. I think he is. I think he's quite fragile mentally. It's interesting because It's interesting because in Tyranny, we had the tough guy. I don't remember his name, actually. I don't remember his name. The guy that was in an armor. He was really tough, but mentally he wasn't. He actually used the other guy as a crutch, the leader of his party. I don't remember his name either. But it's interesting because Erudis seems to be the same. He seems to be a little bit more lunatic than actually just fragile. He seems to be coping, kind of. What do you know about the Valley of Dead Heroes? Let's try and not push him too hard. Well, it's full of dead heroes, he says, concentrating. I think that's somewhere in the name. On second thought, I didn't die here, so maybe the name is wrong. I remember someone sleeping here, in an alcove. And then I woke up, and I never saw the alcove again. The end. The hero is talking about our prison again. Whose idea was it to remind him? Yours. Why didn't you stop us? Well, are you sure? I don't know. Can I ask you about you? I'm not surprised. I am incredibly interesting. What do you want to know? I don't think I've ever seen you sleep. I close my eyes sometimes, he says, blinking. He gasps and points at the offending lids urgently. Did you see that? I did it again. That does it. He forces both eyes wide with the pads of his thumb. Now, I'll never miss a chance for adventure. Erudis, you need to rest. I rest? He protests, thumbs slipping from his eyes in shock. I'm resting right now. I'm not fighting or leaping or singing or anything. Can't you tell me anything about the voices I keep hearing in your head? Well, if you're hearing voices, that sounds like your problem, not mine. Yeah, I said that before. Well, okay, let's talk about something else. That was different, though. I didn't ask him about the rest before, so that's definitely a new line right there. So, how are things between us? Great, he declares, throwing his hands in the air. I knew we had... Okay, so it's the same thing. I didn't change any status or whatever. It's all fine. Where's this alcove you mentioned? He's gonna deny that he said that anything. The easy smile falls from Erudis' face. He looks away. I wasn't talking about any alcove. Just alcoves in general, in the Valley of Dead Heroes. I'm not frightened of them. Blinking rapidly, he gives you a fierce look. I'm not. I didn't hear the voices in his head for a while there. I kind of missed them, especially on this one. I'm still looking for that alcove of yours. It's not mine. And actually, I don't know what you're talking about. Yep. Okay. So, let's talk another time. Good idea. Okay, so this is an interesting place. We have flags, and we have a terrible thing over there. And we have this thing over here, and now, as I was saying, I was going to go on a rampaging off-topic thing, just talking about what that reminds me of. I will not do that. The faint humming emanates from these two statues. It does. It's not quite faint. It's not quite that faint. Oh, these are the... okay, these are the... oh, they're color-coded. That's not too bad. And I suppose that's another one. That doesn't look very friendly. Let's go. Why not? A patch of darkness hangs before you, like a black spot on your retina. Or retina, actually. Except it doesn't move when you move your eyes. Looking into it is like looking into an abandoned cave. No breeze or sound or shadows stir within it. And its edges are slowly disintegrating. Let's try to determine the nature of the darkness. Should be fine. Let's go with that. Oh, yeah, there it is. I never know if I need to click continue. Though you have never seen one before, you're pretty sure this is a living thing. Oh, so the other guy was right. At least, pretty sure. The name Minim comes to your mind. Minims are usually paired with another of their kind, and it is possible to travel from one to the other through the void that connects them. This one, however, seems to be dying, and the void within it has no other exit, as if it had lost its mate. You also notice that the disintegrating edges of the darkness are blowing away, like ash or pollen. You can actually catch the flecks of darkness in your hand, but they dissolve away like black snow almost immediately. When you move closer, however, you accidentally breathe in several of the flecks. You stay very still for a few moments, listening to your body, but nothing seems to have changed in you, neither good nor bad. Probably the flecks dissipated in your lungs just as quickly. I said this was dangerous. I clicked it. Let's step into the darkness. The darkness surrounds you. You are whipped by it, as if by a wind. It is a swirling vortex with no way ahead and no way back. The opening you passed through has vanished into utter blackness. A hail of tiny objects batters you in the dark, thrown by the wind. Rocks or bones or drit. You cannot tell. Then something large and sharp slams into you, and you wrestle with it for a moment before realizing it's a skeleton, though not human. Oh. As you try to shrug it off, you feel an object in its hand. You pry it free, and the skeleton falls past you. The wind lofts you towards a bright spot in the darkness, and you tumble back out of the opening you entered, clutching the stolen object in your hand. We got a stim. It's a cipher. It confers plus 45% on non-combat tasks. Why is it 45? Oh, because it's on 15% increments. That's why. Not 50%. Okay, this odd syringe contains a liquid that moves on its own. Really? Oh boy. Regardless of how it's held, the needle is pristine and adorned with strange symbols. When injected, the liquid inside grants a momentary and pure clarity, giving a significant boost to a great challenge facing the user. Okay, and we can use it from here. There it is. So it's an actual cipher. And why do we have that? Do we have 2 charm pastes? Apparently we do. I want to step into the darkness again, just one more time. You enter the dark whirlwind again and again. You are battered by debris before being spit back out the same opening you came in. If this is a portal to somewhere, it seems to be blocked. Okay, let's step away from the darkness then. I'm sorry, little guy. I'm sorry you're dying. I'm not really sure if you're part of a greater thing or what, but I'm gonna try and fix you. Because these guys are friends, right? And they have a cute name as well. Minims. Of course they have a cute name. Okay, so that is gonna take me up there. Let's go through here. This is not gonna kill us. There's things in here. Blob of 3. We pin our hopes on false prophets. We spit in the faces of would-be messiahs. I really like how messiah is written. The H at the end just makes it sound so badass, so awesome. Could we find a fourth? A fourth? One who would join us. Really? What is he talking about? The glowing liquid seeps out from the cracks deep within this central hill. And that's the symbol. Ascending that incline is impossible. Can no one do it? He thinks. Look at these. Yeah, that's what we found. This symbol is painted everywhere, so much so that the air is thick with a coppery scent of blood, both dry and fresh. I was saying something about the face. Can't look into that. Shut up! No, you shut up! You sleep with the crag worms. Okay, so he's talking to himself. He's crazy. Blob of 3. So he's probably, there's 3 minds in... Okay, Erudis, you got your friend over here. This corpulent mass is almost too large. That's no way to talk about a person. Is almost too large, but slowly you realize that it's three beings somehow melded together into one. Ah, so it is... Okay, whatever. A fleshy jumble of three faces on a single head protruding from a shapeless mass of a torso. Now that explains why he was saying, can we find a fourth one? Please don't. Two of the faces track your approach while the third mutters under its breath. When it speaks, the three voices blend into one buzzing, angry harmony. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you want. Do you also seek the mask? Did you climb the leaning obelisk here in the valley, held aloft by Saint Proverbius? The third face begins cursing and drooling. Slimy Jolien, wizened, hate them, cold and red. He trails off as if dazed. When he resumes, it's looking in another direction entirely. And there's this guy over here. He's in like the guy that we found in the fifth eye. Ill. So ill. All three of their thoughts assault you at once, impossible to distinguish from one another. If there's any useful information coming from their minds, it's lost in the cacophony. What are you? An as astute question, we are three. A glaive, a jack, a nano, missing but one. We require a fourth. We seek knowledge here in the valley. We pursue the wisdom of the ancients in this fallen age. We assess, we judge, but humanity is on the decline. It is only through purity and adherence to the old ways that we achieve enlightenment. Well, says Erudis, if you're looking for someone with wisdom, look elsewhere. We scoff in the face of wiseness. We laugh at danger. We lost the train of thought. No matter. The blob stares at him incredulous. You have the aura of a hero and the mind of a simpleton. Can your lineage truly be so sullied? Really? Can you see his aura? What? Can I ask about that? When you say you need a fourth, what do you mean? A fourth to join us, to complete us, to square our circle. Someone to sing to us, to unite us. Suggest someone. Don't look at me, Aligen grunts. The face pulls away from each other, trying to ogle him from every angle. Wise intelligence, like us, but unwilling, the first face says. That doesn't matter, snaps the second face. The third one giggles. Name another. He didn't say the third one giggles. The third face giggled. Name another, snaps the second face. The third one giggles again. What if you sought a minstrel, a bard? Would that help you? Yes, his voice would soothe. His words, his leadership, history, could understand lore, marking in valley. The second face says, no one who is similar to us, who knows songs of power. Oh, the guy from the Caravanserai would probably be a good fit over here. It would be so crazy for these guys. Probably that would be bad, but for them, it's just because they would all just corrupt themselves with all the craziness. The first face replies, there are none like us, none. We are pure, pure. The third face gibbers, profanity. You don't understand its words, but its meaning is clear. It hates everyone and everything but itself. We have a quest. I think we got a quest for that. So, how did you come to be this way? We climbed the leaning obelisk to seek the Mask of Prosper. Everyone should climb the obelisk. We entered the portal. We emerged on the other side as you see us. A maze surrounded us, over which the painful shadow of a deity was cast. It was a labyrinth of straight corridors and right angles, full of traps, puzzles, and monsters. At last, we emerged, and now dream of the way to return to optimize our experience. Tell me about this mask. Mask of Prosper? The Mask of Prosper, the true sight! A treasure for the knowledgeable, a useless scrap for those who will not see. We know its truth, and its secrets are ours. Not for the weak, not for the stupid. Okay, what can you tell me about this area? A place of ancient knowledge, a place to rest, recover, think, discuss. The Memorialists have helped to locate and understand, but they are being supplanted by the new. The third face mutters, hate new. The head now vigorously and proud. The head nods vigorously and proud. The second face says, the new leave us alone. The new leave us alone, he says. They fear Blob of 3. Wait a minute, he's talking about the other guys, of course, right? The new. Right? Let's see, hate the new. Yeah. Memorialists have helped locate, supplanted by the new. Yeah, that's these guys. I'm not sure if it's these guys, but it's the Endless Gate thing. The third face adds, as should all, we are prestigious. And they leave you alone. They fear you because you are prestigious? Sure. I suppose. Do you want me to undo what happened to you? Or, you know, put you out of your misery, I guess? The strange strange creature reacts savagely, thrashing and flailing. No, 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 we are happy! This way! Happy! The conjoined faces look anything but happy, and its straining limbs are practically tearing it apart. The blob's tone suggests that you are an idiot for wanting to help. This form is perfect, like the forms of the ancients. Need only a fourth to complete us. But where? The third face sprays a fine mist of saliva and phlegm across the other two. You are fools! You have lost the way! The three faces begin to bicker and squabble in an incomprehensible tongue, and one of them bites into the blob's exposed flesh. The other two owl in rage and begin gnashing and owling, occasionally snapping bloody chunks out of their own flesh, creating wounds that heal as soon as they appear. Okay, at least that's not as bad. Thank you. Farewell. You will be back. Will I now? Will I now? Because you guys are kind of weird. The Lost Shepherd. Okay, that's for Erudis. Endless Horror. Okay, that's for... What? Children of Endless... Okay, that's the other one. So I didn't actually get a quest for them. But I do think that the other third... A bard. I don't... The other guy was not a bard. The guy that was by the helicopter. You guys remember that? He was not a bard, if I remember correctly. He was a hero. A normal guy turned a hero. Or a self-proclaimed hero, anyway. What is this? Looks like a skull. Or the... This is weird. Many eyes over there? I don't know. Anyway, we're out of time for the day, so let's explore this. Oh, it's a cat. It's the statue of a cat. Let's explore this on the next episode. For now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Torment, Tides of Numenera. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.
Erudis? A word. Why, yes, it is. So clever.
What?